have a very interesting song about Toledo, and it has to do with something I'm going to say very quickly. There was a man named Jonah that was called by God to go to a place called Nineveh and talk to the people about God and tell them to repent and turn back to the Lord. When they did, the people repented and the whole land was completely changed and altered, and that's what I think when I look at Toledo. I lived there for years and years and years. So at some point, I want to go there and do something, because it's not enough to just simply say you want to change things, but actually go and do and change things. And I hope this inspires you, especially if you're a Toledoan and you think the place is devastated, as if somehow there's no way of change, even though God can change that city. And this, just the first three sentences on a mini ukulele, not a normal, real full ukulele, so it's not going to sound the same, obviously, but just these three sentences, then I want to talk to you briefly. You're the God of this city. You're the Lord of these people. You're the King of this nation. That song is enough. That's enough to tell you that the real God of Toledo isn't heroin. It's Jesus. That's the God of that nation. That's the God of that city. That's the God of that land. It just takes people to get out and do something. You know, it's easy to sit around and be depressed, you know, and look at how things are. It takes effort, but if you really push, that city can be changed. Just like the city of Nineveh was changed when Jonah went there. It only took Jonah. God didn't send 5,000 people. He sent one person to Nineveh. That means that you can make a change and I can make a change. You know, and I'm like a Michigander now. I don't really live in Toledo, but at some point I'm also going to go down there and do something, because it just takes one person to really make a change. And I can tell you that from personal experience, my sister was a heroin addict for years, and she was in Toledo, a heroin addict, and God got her through it. She's no longer a heroin addict. She was almost at the point of death. I could go on and on and on about what specifically happened, but God got her through. She turned to God, and that's exactly what Toledo needs. It needs God. It needs people to go out and talk to these people and do something about it. Because talk is cheap. In fact, it's free. That's one of my favorite things I say. Talk is cheap. It's free. You know, you can talk all you want, but if you don't do anything, what's the difference? You know, it doesn't do anything. That's why it's important, you know, and especially if you're a Toledoan, don't be hopeless about it. This isn't Sodom. This isn't Gomorrah. This isn't a place that it's just over with. God is still here. God is in control. God is on the move. God is the God of that city. He's for the people. It just takes somebody getting up, going out there and doing something. Just don't give up hope, you know, and if you're somebody that wants to make a change, then get up and make a change, you know. And I'll be honest with you, there's a church I've actually been out there before. It's called First Apostolic. It's a UPC church, and if you're interested in a church in your area, that is the church. It's called First Apostolic. You can go right on your phone. First Apostolic. It's Sylvania, Ohio, which is the very edge of Toledo, Ohio. Wonderful church. You know, it's a great outlet. It's a place to where they would most likely, definitely, you could find people there that would help. You know, and like I said, I plan on doing something out there at some point. But it just takes people actually doing something, and just don't give up on Toledo. You know, and if you're not from Toledo and you're coming across this video, if you go to upc.org or UPC Church Locator, you can find a church in your location and change your city. Is your city falling apart like Toledo is? Maybe it is, but God can change it, just like He can change Toledo, just like He did change Nineveh. God is able. Thank you, and have a nice day.